What's your story? What's your story? What's your story? What's your story?
Brad, what is your story?
What's your story? What's your story?
What's your story, everyone?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh my goodness gracious is right.
We are finally at the last episode of What's Your Story for season one.
Season 1.
So many things have changed and happened, and
What people don't know is we started episode 1 in what month? July?
I think it was June.
June?
Yeah, because I was on the road. In
Okay,
July.
so
Yeah.
it was June.
Yeah,
And it is now the end of November.
dude.
For those listening.
Thanksgiving was last week, and we realized that we needed to do a final outro episode.
We did.
We have that short intro episode, and we needed to find a way to close out season 1 with an outro episode. So we don't have a guest today.
No, it's just Brad and Chrissy making it happen.
And
and we also learned that probably next season we're going to release the episodes more in real time.
I think so.
I think that's
because
smart.
I mean, a lot of times we had episodes come out about things that were going on with people, and it was clearly 2 or 3 months sort of behind schedule. So, but I'm excited about trying to get this out in more real time. Maybe we can actually figure out a way to do this live. Where it's just like we're on.
We can. We just need someone to carry us live. I mean, or there might be a way to do it through SoundCloud. There probably is a way to do it through SoundCloud.
Right.
And we can still archive the episodes too.
Yeah. It's going to be like sort of delayed live.
Yeah, so
like
you might
Saturday
hear
Night
them
Live,
like a
it's-
week later, maybe.
Right.
At the most.
Because we still need the music to be.
Yeah, we need
faded
music in
and
there. Yeah.
So I'm really just want to thank you again for
You're welcome, Brad.
helping me to get this podcast off the ground and being an amazing co-host of this podcast in season 1. Chrissy is got her other show going on, the Inside
Noise Show.
Inside Noise Show.
And Brad has come on twice.
And I've been a guest on that twice. It was super fun. It's over in the Grove, which is like, come on. It's like if you want to do like a interview type thing, it's like fun to do it in the Grove, right?
And if you guys want to see his performance, it's on my site now, theinsidenoise.com.
Yeah.
If you click Video Baby, you'll see it where it says Season 1. Just hit Season 1, you'll see his video. It's there.
Cool. And
you went on tour? Brad toured everyone. It happened.
yeah, it's on the road this summer and into the fall. I just wrapped up with a couple of the short West Coast tour and a show in LA last week, like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's been a busy year. I really have no complaints. Very grateful to be doing what I'm doing.
Should we tell everyone about shorts?
Why don't you let people know about shorts?
Also, guys, if you haven't gotten enough of Brad and Chrissy yet, if you need more in your life, Brad and I are starting a new project. It's called Shorts. It's a series. It's probably going to be around 8 episodes a season. We haven't quite determined that yet, but most likely. And we've shot our first episode, which we need to edit, which maybe we'll do that next week.
Yeah.
But if you follow Brad and I on social media, we talk about it, so you'll get the spiel. And we do have a Facebook page. Do we have a Facebook? No, we don't have a Facebook page yet. It's coming. We will have a Facebook page.
Just like What's Your Story, we're rolling it out slowly, gradually, organically, but we're doing this new series called Shorts. And another thing that I've been thinking about for years is just getting together with like-minded people and writing and creating some video, some film,
some sketches,
and,
guys.
And we shot the first one last week, and it was super fun.
It was super fun.
Acting has always been something that I've kind of thought about doing, and Chrissy's definitely done a lot more. And I think everybody who's involved in this shorts thing has got it's a mixed bag of experience with writing and producing and directing and working the camera and doing everything that goes on.
Very
with this,
collaborative though, which is fun.
It's been fun. The creative process for me is really kind of blossoming, I think. I think it's a pretty cool thing. Like, I think, cool. The more, I practice different, we were just talking about before the show, just practicing, the different things that I do, like spiritually speaking, has really like channeled its way into my creativity as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like I'm almost all over the place sometimes, because it's like music has really always been my main thing.
Right.
But in the last, or whatever, painting is something I've been doing for about a decade or so. But writing and acting and doing more things creatively is just kind of like an itch that I kind of feel like I need to scratch. So
Yeah. I hear that.
it's all kind of it's a fun, exciting time to explore some other things. So check out Shorts. I don't know. We're going to be shooting some episodes over the...
Yeah, so just for now, either follow Brad or I on social media, and we'll post updates there until we get Shorts' social media kicked off.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about What's Your Story this season, our premiere season?
I think it was great.
Yeah, you're feeling good about it.
Yeah, I love it. It was vulnerable. It was fearless. It was everything that I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Except I needed to talk louder into the mic. That's the only
We learned
problem.
that Brad needs to project more.
We need more energy, more projection. Different acting skills I'm learning. But it's all good things, because it's like you got to learn. You got to learn and grow. And I think it was great. I think the guests we had were awesome.
Did you too?
I'm psyched with everybody we had on the show. I think we had some great guests. I'm already like thinking about guests for season 2.
Right.
I think it's super fun. I'd love to do this podcast all the time, but I'm trying to do the keeping things within a season.
Right.
I think that's maybe a healthy thing to do.
I think
because,
it is too.
If we were doing this all the time, over and over again,
You wouldn't be able to work on your other stuff.
The reality is like I only have time to do certain things at certain times.
And I don't think people would appreciate it more if it was year round. I feel like you look forward to things when they're in their off season, and you want it to come back.
I mean, there is who knows where it's going to go. You know what I'm saying?
We don't know.
Because there is something fun about the idea of consistency. You know what I'm saying? Just like doing it at the same time every week or something. And maybe if we get enough listeners and enough interest and enough ears, maybe that'll compel us to do more.
Yeah.
But doing the seasons thing is kind of like with the garage sessions, which is a live performance thing that I do. I think I've done like 3 seasons of that, and that has fortunately been pretty successful.
Yeah.
People have have mentioned to me quite a bit on the road too. They're like, dude, I always watch the garage sessions. It's super fun.
That.
And it was like, okay, cool. So some people are watching it.
Isn't that so nice to hear when people tell you they listened? Like people you didn't even know listened.
Dude, it was so. I mean, I had no idea. It's not like
it's really cool.
It's not like I remember them like.
Right.
It's not like I saw them like it or commented.
Yeah.
It's just they came out of nowhere. They're like, dude, I was like looking forward to Thursday nights at 8 p.m. to catch you in the garage sessions, and it was like, wow, man, really? It was really like took me by surprise. So usually I do the garage sessions in the fall as well, but I honestly just didn't have time this fall with the podcast, with starting up the Shorts, and with doing some touring and just whatever.
Right, it's a lot.
There wasn't like a window to do it really that made sense, but I'm definitely want to do that again. I need to do it again in the spring.
Yeah.
So I got to find out a window to do that. Maybe 8, 9, 10 episodes.
Yeah.
And that's got to be kind of consistent. But like you were saying too, can't you do the garage sessions and What's Your Story at the same time? But people on the team are like saying,
your team kills me on a regular basis. Your team kills me.
You're the most effective team ever. They were just saying, hey man, it might be too busy, in terms of like too much content, too many posts.
Well, I don't know. Maybe the team knows more than I do.
And I'm just trying to honestly, I'm trying to get away from the posts as much, but it's kind of hard. It's hard when you have a bunch of things to post about.
I mean, why else are you doing it if you're not going to let people know?
Exactly. But that's just like ego, fear, type things where you're like worried about over posting.
Right. I agree with that too.
And
I think if people like you, they're going to come check your shit out. Whether it's
sometimes I think about that, like, yeah, man, you know what? The people that are into it, they like it, they want to hear that they want to know what you're doing. They want to know what's up,
yeah.
So you got to kind of think about them and not get caught up on the people that might be,
right,
cringing at the overpost.
Yeah, well, they can go F themselves.
I guess, right?
That's my new motto. They can go F themselves. Well, okay, tell me something fun that you're gonna do that doesn't have anything to do with like the entertainment industry. Do you have anything in your pocket?
Something fun. Fun for me now is like literally like going on like a silent meditation yoga retreat.
Okay. Everybody
Like-
has their own definition of fun.
You know, I know that's how crazy my life is now. I like sitting quietly.
We're in a garage, everyone, in case you were wondering.
Still in the garage. And the garage door is open today.
It's nice weather.
I do think we need to do these episodes though when it's cooler out,
Sure.
because obviously doing it in the garage when we did it in June, it was pretty hot.
I mean, technically, that was a car. That's a truck. We're in a garage. I mean, we can do this indoors, but I know it's kind of fun to do it in the garage. But we can do it
I don't know.
indoors.
For some reason, I feel like the garage is a better place.
The garage
to do
is
it.
the place. You feel
Yeah.
more creatively free.
Kind
I
of.
kind of agree with that, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Well, I think season 2 should definitely be, like, in the spring. I think it should be before June.
do we have any episodes of the shorts we're going to shoot down here?
Maybe. I don't know. We got to look at our
I feel like we should.
very remedial shot list.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, fun things going on. You
So
know, just
meditation
really
is Brad's fun.
just really just getting quiet, you know, finding quiet, you know,
Okay.
places to just kind of chill out. It's been a busy year, you know?
You know what I've been doing, which I think is good for me in a lot of ways? Well, Brad knows, everybody knows I like to work out. I like to lift heavy. But I've also started indoor rock climbing.
I've seen her squat like 150 pounds.
That's
Close.
true. Close, yeah. And the reason I like indoor rock climbing is, one, it challenges your body in a new way,
Yeah.
right? You build like real strength. I mean, you have to get your body to manipulate in all these strange ways and pull yourself off rocks, et cetera, et cetera.
Wow.
And because it's such a challenging sport, it forces you to just focus on that thing that you're doing. So you can't let your mind be running all over the place and thinking about, I have to do this, I have to do that. You have to focus on, how do I complete this route? How do I get it? What's the best way to use my body? And you're going to fall like 86 times, and you figure it out, and it makes your mind focus. And what's cool, Brad, is
Yeah.
I'm going to go on my first outdoor bouldering expedition tomorrow.
Wow.
I know.
Outdoor bouldering expedition.
Yes. So I made a new friend, everyone, and he's going bouldering in Joshua Tree tomorrow, coming back Friday.
Shit.
And I was like, oh, invite me next time. And he was like, well, why don't you just come?
Huh.
And I thought, I don't have to work on Friday. Fuck it. I'm going. So
Dude,
I'm going.
I love the fact that you're going on
I'm really
a bouldering
happy.
expedition.
And you know what? I think it's going to be really nice to be outside in Joshua Tree at night under the stars. It's just going to be a really
Yeah.
good thing. And I'll be with, and we're meeting, he's bringing one of his friends, so I don't know who they are. So I'll meet somebody new, which I think is always good. And I'm going to be, like, bouldering outside is way different than inside. It's a lot harder. So it's really going to force you to, like,
That's the
think
real deal.
creatively, take some skin knees, and figure it out.
Is Bear Grylls going to be with you?
I don't know, but if he is, like, he can teach me how
Have
to
you
eat a
watched the
snake or
show?
some shit.
Have you seen that?
I haven't. I've just
my God,
heard, like,
so
Bear
good.
Grylls eats a whatever tarantula.
Eats a snake.
Yeah.
Are you going to be okay doing this though? Do you have the right safety equipment? Do you have people? I mean, this is different than.
I
Obviously,
should be okay. I'm waiting on one person to get back to me if I can use their bouldering pad. Because you bring pads, because you're going to fall. It's going to happen.
Okay.
But you go with other people because, they need to help move the pads. Because
Yeah.
they had a judge, like, how are you going to fall if you fall? So they kind of move the pads and they put their hands up to catch you also.
Wow. It sounds very meditative, and because you have to stay focused on.
You have to stay focused.
Because if you're not focused, you're gonna fucking.
You're
fall,
going to fuck up.
You
Yeah.
know, so it's like, coming back to the breath, breathing through it, and
Absolutely.
staying calm.
What's your
but
next
also,
move? Yeah.
focusing and realizing literally every move you make
Is very important.
is crucial, and you
Yeah.
got to stay focused. If your mind wanders at all,
Oh, you're going down.
it's really interesting. It sounds very meditative.
Yeah, so that's, I
know?
guess that's my version of meditation these days, and I really like it.
There's a way to look. If you really practice a lot of meditation, which I do, it's almost like it can sort of like transform into everything else you do. Mm-hmm. If you really keep that sort of awareness of getting
Right.
back to the breath, and almost everything you do can be a form of meditation.
Right.
But I'm psyched for you. You're going to Joshua Tree.
I'm going to do my show tomorrow, come home, drop off my equipment. They're meeting me there. We're going to go over our supplies,
Yeah.
see if we need to swing by the grocery store for anything. And then
So-
we're like driving out to Joshua Tree.
So your show though that's consistently every week, right?
That is every Thursday. I do take off Thanksgiving week, and I
Okay.
take off 3 weeks I take off 2 weeks in December.
Right.
And the first week in January. So 3 weeks are off in the winter holiday.
Okay.
And I do take off July and August. So that's like my break.
Oh, you do?
And then I come back season 3 in September. Yeah,
Take the summer off.
Yeah, July and August is off.
Just feels healthier, feels right.
It does. It's nice. I think you mentally need it. Like, I know I mentally need it. Because every week, it kind of sucks. But, like, I know, like, on Monday, I have to have the website updated. You know, I have to have my guest book. On Tuesday, I've got to promote one night. On Wednesday, I've got to promote the other night. I've got to get my articles ready. I've got to research my guests. You know, on Sundays, I do all my editing. It's something almost every single day that I have to do in order to keep the show running.
I love it.
And so that's why, like I can't, you know, I don't really go out a lot, which is fine. It doesn't bother me. But, you know, my evenings are very structured, unfortunately. And then when I take time off,
You're
it's
just
like
a machine, a working machine.
But when you take time off, then you can be like, hey, if I want to use my spare time to watch a movie, I can, and I won't feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
You know, you just, I think it mentally helps you.
Do you watch TV or do you watch just movies?
Well, I don't have cable. I'm a cord cutter. So I only pay for HBO and my sister pays for Netflix. And that's what we have, HBO and Netflix.
That's what you're rolling with? Mm-hmm. What's a cord cutter? What does that mean?
It's like, I guess, some quote-unquote millennial term. A cord cutter is someone who, because there's so many streaming services now, you don't really need cable. So a cord cutter is someone who has cut the cable cord. They don't use cable.
A lot of people have been telling me just to stop watching the news, you know, just like get off TV and just watch. I
think it depends on what you want.
For a long time, though, I would just watch movies. I didn't really watch a lot of TV, but like the last couple of years, I don't know, I just kind of like feel like, you know, when I'm eating dinner, I like to watch, you know, the news. Just kind of want to.
What's a way for you to relax,
and it's probably not
honestly.
the best thing to do.
I think it depends on how you use it, though. I love reading the news. I love it.
You like reading the news?
Yeah.
Like on your phone?
I have an app called Flipboard. It's one of my favorite apps. And you pick like 7 categories that you're interested in. And it pulls top stories from all those categories. And you just click on like entertainment, news, politics, whatever it is, technology.
Yeah.
But I like to, in like KPCC, public radio, I'm obsessed with listening to public radio. Like 90% of the time in my car, I'm listening to public radio.
I feel like, you know, that's like, it's hurting the music business in a way too, because so many people are saying that. Like, they don't listen to music as much anymore.
It is and isn't, though, because public radio also features new artists.
Do they?
Like this band Kaleo. I mean, they're a lot bigger now, but when I first heard about Kaleo over a year ago. Kaleo. I heard about them on public radio. Okay. And I was like, these guys are fucking amazing. And now I'm very obsessed with them.
Really? What kind of music?
Like rock, I would say. And the guy's from like Norway.
Okay.
But people say when they hear him sing, like they did not think that voice came out of that body. He's a really cool sound.
Yeah. Interesting. Kaleo, I gotta check them out.
Yeah, they're really
I feel
good.
like I've heard of them.
I mean, it just depends. But I have people who in the car, they only listen to Spotify. They just like what they like, and that's what they want to listen to.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, that's what's cool about today. Like, if I don't like what's on the news, I will put on one of my music services where I can listen to what I want to listen to. Or you look up your song on YouTube. If you're like, I'm dying to hear this song, let me go look it up on YouTube if you don't have it downloaded.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, you know, I've never heard more people talk about listening to like NPR and like podcasts and stuff like that, which
podcasts
is,
are
I think,
awesome.
another reason
podcasts.
why we're doing this, you know? It's because people
like what they like. They want what they want.
I feel like music's been kind of like a tune-out in a way. You know what I'm saying? There's just so much music out there. I think people are just kind of like, I don't know.
I think yes and no.
Maybe that's just me because I'm getting older. You know, like probably part of it. But I just feel like people are just kind of like, yeah, I've heard fucking U2. I've heard fucking.
Well,
like,
yeah,
you know,
I
the
think
radio.
people want
like,
newer things.
You know, but people like don't know what that new stuff is. You know, or some people do, I guess. But I mean, you know, obviously it's easy to discover music, but I just feel like in general though, there's just so much stuff out there that it's almost like created this like tune-out. You know. Where people are just like overloaded. They don't know what the fuck's going on. They don't know who's listening to what. And quite frankly, the killer part is people just don't give a fuck. You know, they don't care about music as much. I feel like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
I don't know. You might be right. I honestly don't know.
You know, I think that's why this resurgence of the podcast, or really, it's sort of like, I mean, I remember being on a podcast back in 2004.
Well, that's very new, yeah.
Right around the time when podcasting was supposed to be a thing.
Yeah.
You know, but then it kind of like just didn't take off, you know, and then now it's having this like resurgence, and it has been having this
resurgence
for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to dip my toe in this podcast
Right.
game a little bit. And where was I going with this?
I think we're just on a tangent.
I went on a tangent.
Well, we were talking about cord. You're like, what's a cord cutter?
I specialize in tangents.
Because I was saying when I take time off, what do I like
Cord
to do?
cutting. Somebody else mentioned to me about cord cutting. It was like it's almost like a spiritual practice of like cutting cords with past shit and stuff like that.
Okay,
Is
that's
that
a little
thing?
deeper than I was going.
That's not quite millennial.
That's
That's
not
a
what I
different-
was doing, but yeah. Do you have
know,
cable?
You know millennial things.
I don't.
I feel like there should
here's
be a
the
book
thing,
called
I don't
Millennial
I'm sure there
Things.
is a book.
And like just you know what I'm saying, like some sort of like
Well,
hipster
I'm on the
book.
very tail end of the millennials, so I'm not like I
You-
wasn't raised with a cell phone. Do you know what I mean? Like my
Right.
first cell phone, I was 18, so I wasn't. So I'm at the very end of it.
You're like holding on though, like you're sort of millennial, but you're holding
no,
on.
I think a millennial is up to 87. If you're born from like
Yeah.
like 80 or no, it's like 83. It's 83 to 92, I think, or 90, something like 83 to 92 is a millennial.
It's crazy, man. When I see people that are born in '87 and it's like their like careers are just like off the charts, you know,
Right.
And then you see like they were born in 1987, and I'm just like, fuck, man, what the fuck have I been doing? You know what I'm saying? And just like it's just crazy.
I always find it interesting. A lot of directors and stuff that I'll have on the show, they're like, "Yeah, I'm 27. I've directed like 18 feature films." And I'm like, "How the fuck have you directed 18 feature films by the age of 27?"
Wow.
And it's like financial backing, like their films in Redbox and video
No,
on
totally.
demand. And I'm like, "That's insane."
Yeah, I was watching this thing on Keanu Reeves last night, and it was just like like it was all the different movies he's done, and then all of a sudden it was like, and then he turned 30, and it was like,
And
se-
then
it
he
was like
turned 30.
22 movies into it, and then he's like, then he turned 30, and he went through this thing. I'm like, 30?
Did he
What
start
the
when he was a
fuck?
kid?
Yeah.
See,
Like,
there you go.
he
That's
was-
why.
He was doing stuff as a teenager.
See,
Yeah.
I'm life of regret. I was
Well,
like,
I
I,
feel
would have
like-
moved here when I was like 10 years
I mean,
old.
There's a huge advantage though. If you grow up in LA
Yeah.
and you just have a
You're in
much,
it.
I mean, you have a great chance of like, and you're super young, and Hollywood's looking for these young kids that are in high school and shit. I mean, you have a chance to like stumble into some roles,
Yep.
you know, and then you either stick with it or you go off to college, or and you kind of
Yeah.
get away from it. But if you get away from it, you get away from it. You know,
Right.
It's like you kind of have to just roll with it. So I don't know, but it's fascinating to hear
It is.
how much people do. You know what I'm saying? At a young age.
Yeah.
And then how many people have done so much for so long, and it's just some people it's a slow burn, you know.
Have you heard
sometimes-
about Bill Gates? He and this company he's partnered with, like one of his partners. They're called Belmont something. They purchased land in Arizona for $80 million to build a smart city, and they want to build a forward-thinking smart city
Wow.
that's run with like autonomous cars and autonomous hubs, and
The future
yeah,
is being
and it's gonna have like
designed.
about 80,000 homes and then like office buildings and blah blah blah. But they're building, he said, a progressive, forward-thinking, technology-bound,
And like
smart city.
everyone's got a Tesla.
Probably. Well, everyone's gonna have a whatever
What's up with that
self-driving
dude?
car.
That dude's about to like create a new life on fucking the
Yeah,
planet.
for
or something.
sure.
When did you hear about this Bill Gates thing?
I heard about it last week, but I just read the article today.
Wow. There's so much open space too. When you drive around the country, there's so much open space out there.
And I always forget how big the world is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I've decided to do, Brad?
What?
I was like, okay, this has been a hard year, right?
You think?
I meant that like the last 14 months have not been my favorite in the world.
Really?
And I decided that in
Why is that?
2018, because you know why. I don't want
Growth,
to talk
man.
about it.
Pain is the
on air.
touchstone.
Yeah.
Pain is the touchstone of all spiritual growth.
Well, I
So
decided
you're growing.
pain is okay. I like that.
It's true.
In 2018, I'm going to Iceland. Even if nobody will go with me, I'm
I saw that
fucking
post.
going. I'm going.
You're gonna make it happen.
I'm making it happen. I want to
You're
see the Northern
manifesting
Lights.
it. You're visualizing it.
I am. I started to look up things about it, where I'd wanted to stay, different stuff.
What? Why Iceland?
I've wanted to go to Iceland for like 2 years. I think it is beautiful. Like
Do you just based on
beautiful.
pictures, what you read, or you know someone that went there?
I don't know anybody. I do actually. I know a ton of people that went there.
Yeah.
But based on pictures, I think it just looks gorgeous, and I I just think it seems magical to go in a country that's so far removed from what I'm
Why
surrounded
not,
by.
Why not?
And I think seeing
now
the-
the only matter is what, money?
I think seeing the Northern Lights in person too. How
Right.
amazing would that be?
Aurora Borealis, all that shit.
Yep. So my goal is to buy my ticket
I'd like
in
to go to
May.
Iceland myself. Yeah, I know people that have been
And
to
go in
Iceland
September.
that say it's just it's amazing.
Okay, well, if you and Marnie want to go, my goal is to leave
Yeah.
at the end of September. That's my goal.
Okay.
I want to buy my ticket in May.
Dude, let's go. I'll do
I
a
can
gig
send
over
you.
there.
I'll send you all my
I want to fucking
stuff that I'm
I want to
researching.
I want to play at a fucking coffee shop in Iceland.
You can.
I want to do a gig over there.
I found this place. It's called like Bubble Hotel or something, and you stay. They pick you up at your hotel in Reykjavik, and they take you on like a tour. You see like this amazing waterfall and this geyser, and they take you to this lagoon where you go floating, and this place for dinner, and then you sleep in a completely clear bubble out in the middle of pure fucking dark.
Wow.
So if the Northern Lights are active, it's gonna be like you're surrounded by Northern Lights. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
Dude, it's a really cool culture over there too. It's very women like strong, and stuff like that.
That's yeah.
You know, I've heard, yeah, definitely, dude.
I don't
Make
know
it
a lot
happen.
about the food. I've heard it's a lot of like pickled things, so it's gonna force me to challenge my palate.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to.
What's the vegan scene over there?
I don't know. It's a
have no
fishing
idea.
town. There's a lot of like fish
I was gonna
situation
say
going on.
there's a lot of fish going on.
There's a lot of fish going on, and I have a feeling their heads are still attached when they're served. I don't know this for sure,
Most likely.
but I think that's what happens.
Most likely. So how are you gonna save the money to do this, dude? What's the plan?
I know. Well, I'm trying to think about that.
You've already got 18 side hustles going on.
I know. If I should calculate
You should
how many dollars a week I need to put aside
Yeah.
in order, because right now I looked at prices. Ticket prices are about $800, but I'm
Right.
hoping it comes down a little bit. I don't know.
Okay.
So I need to calculate like how many dollars a week need to be saved by May 1st to buy my ticket.
Should have kept recruiting. Telling you.
It wasn't for me.
Dude, telling you, it's the best business ever. It's a whole another hustle.
another
The main hustle,
That's the main hustle.
the main engine. Well, I'm sorry to hear that it's been a tough year.
Thanks.
You know, and I think we were talking about it before. It's just like, you know, to everybody out there listening, there's going to be tough days and weeks and months and years, and it's
Right.
like a lot of it is shifting your perspective on it and, ultimately accepting it as a
Right.
gift because, it does change you for the better. I think, everything does. As long as you keep moving forward and you keep breathing, you're evolving, you're learning, and,
Right.
I think it's all a good thing because
Yeah.
they say the pain is a gift, the weight is a gift. So, you're learning more about how to deal with life,
Right.
and suffering
Right.
because suffering's real.
Yeah,
There's no escaping suffering.
for sure.
But it's, but you can have a daily practice, I think, where you do things that'll help that.
Right.
Like for me, yoga, meditation, Buddhism, sobriety, eating clean, what I'm saying? Those things have helped me.
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
I'm not here to preach and say, this is the way, but I'm telling you, it's helped me deal with the suffering in my life, because we all deal with it,
Right.
in different ways. Some of
Right.
us, it's really, the suffering is the ego. You know what I'm saying? Is the ego just running fucking rampant in our lives, and, you just don't even know. But, everything you feel, fear, it's all ego, So it's like, how do we diffuse the ego, and get back to the soul, what I'm saying?
Right.
And what's peaceful and finding joy in our life. And it's hard. It's hard, but it's like, I don't want to lay on my deathbed and say like, how much of my life was I peaceful? And how much of my life was I in fear? Because that was my ego. It was just constantly propelling me to like achieve, and it's like mostly, half of my life I've lived in that type of headspace,
Right.
and I just feel like in the last couple of years I'm just kind of like breaking out of that headspace into another place, and I'm far from perfecting it, but yeah, that's my 2 cents on on suffering and going through hard times, and if you can try to shift your perspective, like this is actually this was an amazing thing that happened to me. Like I'm so grateful that this happened.
No,
to
I
me
think you're
because
right. Perspective is
I've
key.
learned a shit ton from it.
Yeah.
And if you can start looking at life like that, you know, you're going to be okay with what is.
Right.
You know, you're going to realize that everything that you went through helped shape you into who you are now.
Right.
You know, which is stronger and smarter. And, you know, you've learned some things. You've learned boundaries. You've learned space. You've learned, you know, kindness, you know, which is ultimately, you know, I think, you know, as a society, if we don't learn how to be loving and kind to each other, you know, we're not going to have a society, you know?
Right.
Because that's where it's going,
right.
You know, bombs and fucking everything. It's all related to the ego.
Right.
You know, I think. And we need to seriously come together and help each other to, you know, because a lot of people are just, you know, it's ignorance, you know, it's just not being exposed to the stuff. It's not being aware of the stuff, you know, and I was ignorant my whole life, you know, until recently. I think I've just kind of like had this breakthrough where I feel like I've just kind of realized, you know, am I serving my soul or am I serving my ego? You know what I'm saying? And it's just fucking, dude, it's so challenging. There's so many things that just come up in my life every day. I'm like, oh my God, this is so an ego-based thing I'm thinking right now or doing, you know?
Right.
I don't know. I'm on some fucking yogi, Buddhist fucking yogi trip right now, which I kind of dig. I'm kind of digging it. It's like my end of the year fucking trip. But
so what should we tell people to expect for season 2 of What's Your Story?
I think season 2, we're just gonna keep fucking. It's called season 2.
Real.
It's called season 2 Electric Boogaloo.
We should call it that.
Right, season 2 Electric Boogaloo. And we should. What's Your Story? Season 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Right. We're gonna keep it real, guys. We're gonna keep it candid.
I think we're just gonna keep doing it.
Share our fucking journeys.
We're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep telling our stories about what's going on.
Bringing on people to tell their stories.
You know, we gotta check in with some of our guests. I wonder if we could do that, like somehow.
We can do a guest check-in.
We need to do that with Alexis.
We need to do it with Alexis because remember, guys, she took a real world job. She left.
She went real world, man.
She left the musical theater industry behind and jumped ship.
What is she doing now?
She is totally doing marketing for a periodontal practice. So.
Oh boy. We'll see.
You know what? Maybe we'll kick season 2 off with Alexis.
We'll see.
And see how the F is that treating her.
Exactly. She might be loving it, though.
Maybe she is. And if she is, mazel tov to her.
Stability and benefits that she needs.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But yeah, we're going to have a slew of interesting guests on this next season. I've already got a bunch of interesting people to reach out to, and I'm sure you do as well. Right. If you're out there listening and you're ever interested in being on the show, let us know.
Our Twitter is up and running.
Our Twitter's up and running.
We have the story.
We have the story.
Okay. We have the story on
yeah.
Twitter.
And you know, we're shooting you know, from my garage in Highland Park, California. And
don't give any more information. We don't know who will show up.
Exactly. And that's about as far as I go with it. But yeah, it's super fun. I think podcasts are awesome. You know,
I do too.
And I'm super glad that we did this, and I'm looking forward to. When do you think season 2 would? When do you think we should start shooting? I think
that we should shoot season 2 in like February or March. March at the latest.
Okay.
Because it'll get us through. We'll take December, January off, do the holiday thing.
Got it right.
It's still pretty. It's still cool here in March. It's not unbearable.
The beard, get the beard
going. Are you gonna grow a beard?
I'm
like
going,
a beard?
I kind of do every like kind of December, January. Okay. I go into like monk mode.
Okay, all right. You know? Go monk.
Going straight up monk mode, dude.
Okay. Do your thing. Oh, and I'm growing my hair out, everyone.
I noticed that.
I hate it so far.
Well, you have to go through that weird phase where you're like.
Yeah, I'm not growing it too long.
You can tweak it and make it work. Mess it up and tweak it. Yeah.
It's just gonna be like maybe down to my cheekbones.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
That's
I mean, you're first of all, you're an actress, and that's one of the cool things about being an actor, is you're constantly changing your look.
I just get bored. That's what it is. I got bored
You
with the
have
short
to, though.
hair,
No,
and
but
so
you
I was
have
like,
to
well, let
grow
me
it
do
out.
something else.
Dude, you have to like fucking,
I'll
like
grow it
Brad
out and then
Pitt.
I'll cut it again. That's what's
Like
gonna
all these
happen.
guys, like every single time you see them, like in the movie, they had fucking hair to their ass, and then
Right.
they're at the fucking
Premiere, and
the
it's
Golden
all
Globes. It's the Golden Globes. They're
shorn.
fucking head shaved.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? It's like because they're on another role. But it's like you, if you're an actor, you have to constantly grow your hair out long, then shave it, then let it go again, and then shave it. Like because you
That
have
is the key to your success.
Dude, because if you have the same look going on, it's like, dude, why do you have the same
Well, here's
look?
the thing, though. But I don't ascribe to the. I'm over like the rules of Hollywood. So technically, then people be like,
Chrissy's
well, then you
like-
have to get new headshots. I'm not getting fucking new headshots. You know why? Because I'm just creating my content from here on out. If you want to call me and put me in your shit, fine. Deal with me directly.
That's what I love about Chrissy.
I'm not auditioning anymore.
You just
Fuck that.
you like fucking. You have your own rules, dude. You just run your own. You're in your own. Chrissy's got her own fucking the world of fucking Chrissy Carpenter.
That's right.
That's
right.
It's like fucking learn her rules, folks, and abide by them.
Well, you can make your own. That's what I'm doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it though, man. Keep doing you, dude. Do you. Not many people do them.
Yeah,
know,
I'm
they
not
kinda-
good at it. I struggle with it, to be honest.
You seem to be doing you though. Like that's what
I'm
that's what I've
trying.
seen from you is that you kind of really just doing your fucking thing, dude. And you're
Yeah.
focused and you're motivated and you're just
Right.
you're doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think.
So I think
yeah,
you've had
I'm
a
getting
good
better
year.
at it.
I think you've had a good year.
Okay, thank you.
You know?
I like that. Thank you.
I think you've had a good year of just kind of just getting shit done.
Right.
And finding a way to survive. I mean, you're doing a lot of difficult things.
Thanks.
You're pulling shit off.
Thanks.
Not as many people are up in the morning and as early as you and going to the gym and doing everything you do.
Right.
So
Thank you.
I think it's impressive. So it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
2018 is gonna be a great year.
Brad and I will
Hopefully-
be in Iceland.
Hopefully, the world becomes more educated and rises above, and like somehow or another,
That'd be amazing.
we don't have to live in this state of
Truck garage.
large vehicles passing through. We should have closed the garage door for this
I know,
episode. I
we
don't know what we're
should've.
thinking.
It's because it's nice weather.
We decided to have the last outro episode noisy as fuck.
We
for
just
all
wanted
you
to be
guys,
real with y'all.
So you guys are like, Jesus Christ.
Get your shit together. What's your story?
But I'm wishing all of you a happy, lovely holiday season.
That.
Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. The holidays are coming up.
We'll check in with
I
you
know
in
it's
2018.
it can be a challenging time, but just be good to yourself and be loving and kind to other people, and you'll be fine. And Happy New Year
Happy New Year.
to all of you out there, and
Yes.
thank you everybody for tuning in and
Yeah,
catching.
everyone who
Maybe you
supported
caught
us.
a
and-
minute or two of an episode, or hung in there for an entire episode or something like that.
We appreciate you.
Just to do a review, we had Justin Levinson,
We did.
singer songwriter, super talented. He was on the show. We had
Alexis DiDonato, musical theater
Alexis
chick.
DiDonato.
Trying out the real world.
There you go.
John Kimbrough, producer.
John Kimbrough, producer, musician. He's on the episode this week.
Okay.
Yeah, he was on the episode this week.
The week that went out this week.
So he was our last guest. We had Mark Valley,
actor.
actor extraordinaire, on. We had
Who's our other friend?
we had
Your
Dylan
director? Yeah,
Dylan Cussman,
Yep.
who is an actor, writer, director extraordinaire
Are we
on the
missing
show.
someone?
We are Biete Pilgrim,
Photographer.
photographer.
Beautiful
She's
photographs.
got
Just
a really cool
Boudoir stuff.
Best Boudoir LA, very successful Instagram page and business that she does. She's awesome, and I feel like are we forgetting somebody?
Well, we had someone whose episode went away.
Right, we had to pull one episode, but I think we're gonna have her on the season 2.
We're gonna try season 2.
Yeah,
Electric
she
Boogaloo.
rules. We're gonna do Electric Boogaloo with her, and who else are we doing? I feel like we're missing.
I
somebody
feel like we're
else.
ming someone too, but I can't think of who it is.
How weird is that we're missing?
If we're
somebody?
missing you, we apologize now.
Yeah,
But go listen, everyone.
catch it,
That's
absorb
right.
it, dig it.
And this has been season 1. This has been season 1.
Yeah,
Jesus H.
season 1. So we'll do season 2, and we'll keep doing it. And thank you for tuning in. And would love to hear your thoughts on the show, comments.
We do have a Facebook page, and we do have a Twitter. We have the story.
Yeah. So feel free to leave us a comment, shoot us a note, direct message.
Yep.
And let us know what you think. And peace and love. And thank you again, Chrissy, for being awesome. And
thanks,
doing
Brad,
this with
for
me.
letting me jump into your creative world.
Yeah. Let's do more creative shit.
And tell everyone, first plug your Instagram and I'll plug mine. What's Brad's personal Instagram?
My Instagram is just Brad Bird.
And that's with a Y, guys.
Yeah, with a Y.
Brad with a Y.
Brad Bird on Instagram and Brad_Bird on Twitter.
Yep.
And then I think you can pretty much find me from everywhere else.
Yes.
Brad Bird Official is my website. Yeah.
And I'm Chrissy Carpenter. That's what I am on Instagram, Chrissy Carpenter. On Twitter, I'm Chrissy SoCal. That's, you can find me from there. Everything else is connected.
And actually this cool restaurant called the Highland Cafe down on York Boulevard here, which is like 5 blocks away, is...
They plug it because this is going to go out in like a couple weeks, so you should plug it.
Is going to be putting up my artwork, my paintings for the month of December, maybe even longer.
Yeah, that's great.
So
if you're in the area,
a lot of my paintings will be up at Highland Cafe, and we're doing an opening reception thing Saturday, December 9th, and I'll also be performing. So I'll be playing some tunes and have an open reception for the paintings. So it's going to be super fun.
It is going to be super fun.
Hopefully, maybe if we get this podcast out in time, you
guys can come. It'll be out on time.
And hang out.
It's definitely going out in December. It'll be out on time.
Right on. Well, that's it,
guys.
From here,
we'll see you in season 2.
Fist pump.
Our theme is Electric Boogaloo. We decided.
What's your story? Season 2, Electric Boogaloo. We're gonna try to get it more real timey.
Yes, we are.
In the moment, as we all begin to become more present.
And we swear our social media will get better and better. We're working on it, folks.
And I will project more. And the world will be a better place for it. Thank you guys. Signing off. Brad Bird, Chrissy Carpenter.
Peace
Take
out,
care.
everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
What's your story? What's your story? What's your story? What's your story?
Brad, what is your story?
What's your story? What's your story?